today's load, which is Wednesday, computer screen and bedding, and then in the back we've got odds, bits and pieces, a couple of rugs to go in Hannah's room because of the wooden floor, it was echoey, get some rugs down. That's my old computer that I keep because it still works, and I also use it with this as a stand to put my screen on to get it up above the laptop screen, otherwise you can't see all of it. And then that's my sound system. There's another sound system in the back there, some of it here, and the mini fogger, and some scales and a clipboard because they just happen to be in the way on the floor. So that's today's load. It will probably be the only load, simply because I've still got to get all that shredding in the sacks and bagged up. So that's probably it for today. It'll do, I'm on my own now. The wind was blowing so much yesterday with Storm Barra that a lot of the leaves came in the house. I'll have to get the hoover over, but not important at the moment. The only thing really that's changed in the kitchen is the washing machine's in there. But I've worked out what's going wrong with washing machines when people move houses. The hose that goes on the back of the washing machine ends up going in behind a cupboard somewhere really awkward that is almost impossible to get at. I'll show you. That's where the waste pipe's got to go. And that's the water connector. Now that's not too bad, but it's almost impossible to get a spanner on there any sense. Plus you've got to thread stuff all through the back. Now what's going wrong is people are taking the hoses with them. Why not leave the hose connected so that the person can just connect to the back of their washing machine, like I've done? So when the people put their washing machine in my place, all they've got to do is connect to the back of the washing machine. This bit. And that's all they'll have to do. One nut and their washing machine's working. Anyway, somebody about 50 years ago when the washing machine was invented decided to take the hoses with them, so everybody else has done it since. Stupidity. That's just some glasses. So this is the sort of arrangement in here. Dining room table there. I mean, there's normally only ever me. I shall sit here so that I can see my orchids like I did before. There's a couple of bits have come over here, but not much. That's my new fan and all my chemicals and feeds and things in the box, waiting for some shelves to go on, and the old fogger, the mini fogger. Right, and the locksmith's been booked, he's coming to fix that. So we've got the seating along there. Hannah's not sure about that, but it don't work any other way. I've looked at all the other options. She said, well, why don't you have the dining room table up that side and the seating this side? I said, well, first of all, the settee and the chair won't fit there. The wall's not long enough. So the only thing that fits there sensibly is the dining room table. It doesn't block the radiator and get at the plug holes. So seating there, that doesn't stay there, that's actually going out in the hall. The freezers go in there, tall freezers go in there, so that's good, and it fits as well, measured that. So we've got a useful piece of furniture there with drawers and surfaces to put things on. That's a sound system that I bought over. I had to brake quite hard because a van pulled out in front of me, and that's top heavy. Because the crate's not really deep enough, and the whole lot flew out all over the car. Oh, I can do without that. And then this is the idea here, is that my computer chair will be here. So you know, before the computer was in the corner, well, it'll be in the corner again, and I'll be able to see my orchids. Obviously the screen will be there, but it'll be at an angle, so I'll be able to see through here. So yeah, that's the sound system that goes. Oh, and that's my phone. I'll be back. I've completely forgot where I was. That was my sister, so that's half-hour phone call. Dining room table, computer table. That won't be there, that's going in the hall. The freezers go in there. Big decision, but to not have the freezer in the cupboard lost me the use of the cupboard, yeah, and didn't really gain me anything because I'd still have to walk from the kitchen and open a cupboard door to get in the freezer. So I discussed it with Hannah, and she said, well, if you can't have it in the kitchen and you've got to have it somewhere else, you can't have it here because it'll stick out too far. That would just be silly. But it fits there. It fits between that window and that open door. And it's quite tall. And it's silver rather than white, so it won't be so like shout at you because it's shiny white sort of thing. So yeah, I'm happy with the freezer going there. And that way I get the cupboard back, if you see what I mean, because these cupboards are gonna, they're gonna get used. I mean, there's already stuff going in there. That's the Orchid Society stuff. So, sound system and all the stuff to do with being treasurer. So that's what that cupboard's got in it. It's not all that's going in there, but it's in there out of the way at the moment. As I said, this cupboard unit is coming out here. That's going to go there between those two doors. It'll only come out to there, and I'm not that big. And by not having the freezer in here, I get my cupboard back, and I get to put things in here. I also get to put a tall shelf unit in here to gain even more space for stuff. I mean, all these books have got to go somewhere, but hopefully they'll go on this bookcase. I don't know, while I was on the phone, a shape went past the window and I heard my letterbox go. And I thought, oh, Postman Pat's bin. How did he get in? And I came out and there was nothing, but I'll go over that in a minute. When we go, which is any minute now because it's got to be lunchtime, my stomach's rumbling. All the stuff is in the music room, it's not sorted out. So I'm going to I'll have a sort of desk to work on and put things on, put the laptop on and things. But yeah, the guitars are in here, the drum kit's folded up in here, my amplifier's in here. And we found that behind the bureau. I'd forgotten I had that. That's a projector screen. Huge big thing that we used to use a lot when we watched videos and DVDs in those days, before you streamed everything, of course. That has just taken me an hour to put back together. That's why I'm puffing. Flipping thing. The bolts wouldn't line up because it comes apart, the base comes off the two ends. And then I've got one chest of drawers in here and a chair to put my clothes on, me day clothes sort of thing. Well, did we start putting stuff in here? Oh, not much. But, my clothes will get lost in there. So that's that. And then in Hannah's room, got her bed set up. She's got one chest of drawers. She's got quite a bit of furniture in here. She spends a weekend here once a month. Yeah? So it makes sense for furniture to come in here. The bureau's in here simply because I don't go in it very often and there isn't room downstairs. That other piece of furniture in the lounge is far more useful. So the only problem is, although the men have put it in the right room, they haven't pushed it up in the corner, and this is a laminate floor. So I'm not dragging it. I'm going to have to wait for the people to be here at Christmas. Tony can get on one end and I'll get on the other, and we can just put it into the corner. Because otherwise that's just wasted space. So we push that up in the corner. A little sort of bedside cabinet. That's the other piece of furniture that goes with the bit that I've got. And that was reclaimed out of the spare bedroom, basically. That was going to be left to just go in house clearance or whatever. And Hannah said, that's a really good bookshelf, you ought to keep that. So we brought that as well. So that's what's going on in here. Nothing's changed in there. Bathroom. There'll be one cardboard box of bathroom things to bring. Shampoo and, toothbrush and all that sort of stuff. Right, I'm not going out in the shed. As I said, I want to get going now. And I think I'll bring the Hoover next time because this is going to get walked into the carpet otherwise. As I say, we were unloading one load of furniture in the storm, literally. Right, so I've got one more little thing to film on the way out. Otherwise, I shall see you back at the house. That's load number 1, which will be the only load on Wednesday. So that's that one done. Right, one last thing to film. And that's on the way out. Yay! I got a new Postman Pat box. Woohoo! It's bigger than the other people's as well. Yeah. Right, I must get going.